Don't answer it.
Don't answer it.
Don't answer it. Your name is in this book. It could happen to you. It starts as a game, and there's no end in fright.
I saw what you did, and I know who you are.
The following is a Papi Chulo Radio original program. The views and opinions expressed in the commentaries and/or interviews in the following program are solely those of the individuals and are not views of Papi Chulo Radio, its parent, affiliate, or subsidiary companies.
Welcome to Summer Camp, a PapiChuloRadio.com original series, Papi Chulo Radio, pop culture on demand. I'm your host and camp owner, Jeffrey Aruz. Tonight on Summer Camp, we're going to explore some of Hollywood's campiest flicks, fan favorite films, and cult classic motion pictures. Please welcome my co-host, Director of Residential Life, Deidre.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be back amongst you.
Oh, that was so lovely. Happy New Year to you, too. Theater and drama specialist, Legionnaire.
Don't laugh, little girl. Better run for your life. The man you're talking to has just murdered his wife.
Oh, that was so creepy. I loved it. Yes. Wellness coach, A. Sade.
I'm normal. I'm a normal person. Hey, y'all.
I don't have a response for that. Maybe not after that story we heard pre-recording.
The irony.
The irony. Yes. And physical fitness director, Parker James.
I saw what you did. Oh, these hoes.
I was wondering if someone was going to do it. It was obvious, but I was hoping someone would say it. But you didn't say, I know who you are. It's okay.
These are signals. These are signals.
They are signals,
as to what's coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Deidre's spidey senses are tingling, y'all.
There was no color in this movie.
Well, it wasn't black and white.
Negativity.
I mean,
there was no color in any way, shape, or form of the word color.
Yes,
no.
It was a black and white movie. All right, everyone, welcome back, campers. It's
skating by.
Yes, it's a new year, a new season. Tonight's double feature is all about hagsploitation. And so first up, don't answer the phone. It's time to fire up the film projector so that we can discuss 1965's I Saw What You Did. Here's the official synopsis of the film. Teenagers Libby and Kit innocently spend an evening making random prank calls that lead to murderous consequences. Dun, dun, dun. All right, that was for Deidre. She loves
yes,
it.
So dramatic.
Yeah, she likes it. She likes the drama. It's good.
The consequences were not murderous enough.
Okay.
No, they were not. No.
All right.
No.
Well, you know. Okay,
I was looking
people.
for a little bit more. Yeah.
All right, my people. This is actually our second William Castle film that we've done, and it's the second William Castle film that we've done that features Joan Crawford. The star. Well, I can't even say the star of the film is Joan Crawford. It might be the top billed person, but she's only in about 9 minutes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Joan Crawford is in the movie. We have newcomers, Andy Garrett, Sarah Lane as our Libby and Kit.
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The big question. Had you ever seen 1965's I Saw What You Did Before? Sade?
No, sir. Absolutely not. Won't see it again. Don't have any interest in it. Not interested. Not at all. Don't like it. Nope.
Well, that was
There's no doubt.
straight to the point. Deidre,
I have never seen this movie before. If I am sick and I need to have something on television, I would watch this.
oh, that's nice.
Would you?
I would. I like black and white movies. I like black and white movies. No. I like black and white movies, and I like movies that I've not seen before. And if I don't watch it very often, but I really do like black and white movies. And you always just find little things in black and white movies.
Yeah.
Well, at least I do. So I would actually watch it again if I were sick and laying on the couch.
I like
and
four color movies. I like movies like Mommy Dearest that are right in between. Like
Yeah.
they're black and white, but they're not quite in color. They're just like in pastel. I'm okay with those, but not
She
black.
likes pastels. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, Parker, what about you?
Nope, never seen this movie. Never will see this movie again. Nope. 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 Mm.
And Legionnaire?
No, I'd never heard of it and hadn't seen it before.
And I had heard of it. I had not seen it before, so this was my first time as well. Let's actually start talking about Joan Crawford. Let's just go in on Joan Crawford. Amy Nelson.
Oh, Amy Nelson.
She could have been called Karen, right?
Oh no. She sees something just a bit beyond. Nope, that is beyond Karen.
She was a saber-toothed tiger going after that man, who was not even that young, but definitely younger than her. I mean, are we right? Or am I right? Are we all thinking this?
White age is
Was
different.
clearly younger
They could have
than
been
her.
the same age. They could have been the same age, probably. White age is very different. Like, who knows?
I would be very ashamed if I were her. If I were her and I look back in
Tell me.
hindsight, I would never want to show my face again to anybody
Oh, after this
who knew
movie?
that I behaved that way. After the way she behaved in the movie, oh my God, that's something you do when you're young and stupid, not old, and you're supposed to know better. But
Which white
Man.
lady is this?
This was
Joan
Amy, the
Crawford.
neighbor.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I thought that was.
What did you think of the
Joan
neighbor?
She didn't
Amy.
really have much to say. She was definitely new to it all because she was dry as the fuck.
She was trying. She wanted Steve.
Why?
Yeah.
I wasn't getting it. He was not attractive in any way. There wasn't anything attractive about him.
He had an
at all.
attractive wife, though. I don't know how he bagged her. Maybe he literally
Was that
bagged
his
her.
wife, or was that a teenager from college who just got into college and he just look, that whole spectrum thing, I think he was on that spectrum too.
Oh, no.
And I
I
think he
don't
was
know
at
if
that
he was
way that
on
other
that.
end of the spectrum.
I
It's
think
that other
he,
spectrum, the other spectrum.
I think he was
He was-
psychopathic for real.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
Oh, okay.
So-
No, but don't
so
talk about
maybe-
the spectrum.
But maybe when he was on the other end of that particular spectrum, the mental illness spectrum,
Okay.
he somehow
Send your tweets to
tricked that
Deidre.
young girl
Send the tweets directly
to find him
Deidre.
attractive, because I wasn't seeing it. I'm like, no, sister, something wrong with you. You need to go to the eye doctor or something. I don't get this.
What about when she was fussing at the young girl outside?
Oh, that was insane. I thought she was going to choke her out in for a second.
I know,
Yes!
right? Joan Crawford always brings an intensity that sometimes is not needed in the scene. And so,
Not needed at all.
Yeah.
Not needed
It was
at all.
so much.
I mean, she committed, right? Right, Parker? She committed?
She needs to be committed.
Oh, okay.
There was something wrong.
She was a lot. She just really wanted Steve, y'all. She wanted to marry Steve. She did not want Suzette
It seemed so
in
suburban.
the picture. It seemed so suburban. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, it did. It seemed like stuff you would see happening in suburbia, and then you catch it on the news late that night, and the first thing you say
Oh,
to
yeah.
yourself was,
Thank
that did
God
not
we don't
happen
live
here
in
in
the
the city,
suburbs.
and you find out it was out in the suburbs. Them kind of people. Yeah.
Suburban. Mm-hmm. Were we surprised at her fate?
That was a lot.
That was.
That was a lot. That was a whole lot.
Man, him and the choking out is just, and the stabbing just.
I mean,
Look,
sometimes
yes.
you got to do what you got to do. Right, Sade?
Yes. Popping, this movie had some ill-behaved children.
Ill-behaved children, yeah.
We got to skip off into the sunlight with smiles and nothing in the end after making prank phone calls that resulted in a murder.
I know, right? Okay, now, let's talk about this. So the film has to deal with prank phone calls. Do we enjoy prank phone calls? I mean, I feel like we can't do prank phone calls anymore now. I feel like the prank phone calls now are when they talk about, you need to renew your audio warranty, and you get texts saying that your Verizon bill has been paid. Click here to receive your reward or something. I feel like those are the prank calls nowadays.
Girl, they still making Scream movies. You can still do prank calls. Stop it.
No.
I can't imagine if somebody called my phone with a prank call at least.
I'll be like, bitch, what why are you calling me? Call your mama because she about to get... No, I'm sorry. I'm going too far.
It's okay, Parker.
Yes. Deidre, I feel like you used to do prank calls.
What?
No, because I like living. No,
Okay.
I did not.
You feel like all prank calls end in death?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Every single one of them.
No. But in hearing them making those prank calls back then in those days, now at this particular age, I'm sitting there like, I'm not surprised more people didn't go to houses and beat asses. Especially from the reactions
suburbia.
that you
It's
have.
suburbia.
But the reactions of some people, like, one of the women was like, are you talking about my husband? Not my husband. No, just, that kind of thing. And, divorces and things like that back then. But still, I don't. No.
No? All right. Deidre's not a prank caller. You seem mischievous. Especially
I am, but not like that.
But no, not like that. All right. Legionnaire, did you do a prank call?
No.
We don't have adventurous people. I'm shocked. I've never done a prank call, but I remember in middle school, I guess I'm not adventurous either. I remember in middle school, my math teacher, her last name was Gay. She was Mrs. Gay. And I kid you not, her husband, y'all know where I'm going with this, right?
No.
There's
multiple ways.
His name was not Marvin.
His first name was Ben.
Oh, okay.
Ben Gay. And she said, because they were in the phone book, they would get prank calls of like women, oh, can you rub me all over can you rub all over my body and all this stuff. I don't know why she was telling us because we were like in 6th grade, but she would tell us this. I guess maybe it's to like stop, any sort of making fun of her name and that sort of shit. But that shit was hilarious. I don't think I've ever done prank calls. I guess because I'm a pussy.
Did you ever do,
Mm-hmm.
I can't say the word here because I only call it one thing, but where you knock on the door and
Ding
you
dong
run away?
ditch?
Ding dong ditch?
Well, that's not what I call it, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to know what you call it. You can keep that to yourself.
I know. Did you know what I call it? That's why she laughed.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I'm an innocent. I don't know nothing.
No.
It can be pronounced nick or knocking, but that's not how it sounds when you say it fast.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing better.
You're doing better, yes. I've never done that. I have seen in the movies where some people put like a bag, like a lunch bag with dog poop in it, and they'll put it on the door and then they'll light it on fire.
No, I'm going to be collecting dog poop. So I definitely egg the car. And
I feel like you have to be like a special kind of, person.
Now
to
look,
like,
that's another suburb
that
thing.
type of
and I did not do anything like that. No. And I didn't do that to anybody, but in my little time out in suburbia, some stupid boys did it from high school. Some, what do you call it? The football players. Some football players did it, and they did it to another. They did it to another football player, but it was his father who came outside, and we didn't know what was going on until we heard all the yelling. He was livid, people were coming out of their homes. And when the football players came out from a car laughing and snickering and everything, and they were like, no, it was meant for your son, Tim.
Oh, they lit the poop on fire?
Yes.
And he stepped on it to put it out.
House, and he stepped on it. And that man went down to the front of his yard and picked up large stones and threw them at their car. He broke all the windows out.
Well, I mean.
And so we're all sitting there like, what the heck is wrong with him? It was bad. He was very mad.
Deidre, there are consequences to stuff, right?
Hey, there are consequences. No, would you think somebody would do something like that? But we didn't even know why he was mad, why he was yelling, and then why he was throwing the big ass stones at the car, breaking the windows. So, yeah, it wasn't good. So, you seeing something like that, you don't want to do anything when you find out the truth of it. You're like, no, I don't think I'll ever do that in life. No, thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, this was educational, listeners. I hope you learned something. Yeah.
Big stones.
Big stones.
Yeah. Yes.
Make the world go round. So let's talk about Libby and Kits.
Dumb.
Okay, come on, tell us what you think, Parker.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber and Dumbest. Like,
the baby
even
was
little
the
Tess? Even little Tess?
The little one, the dumbest, because she was telling all the fucking business.
Remember when she did the crank call and she gave the real phone number?
Like a dumb.
All the business.
That's the only.
She should have been locked in the room.
That was the only number she knew.
She's the little sister.
That's why
she
she should have
locked
been
in
on
the
the
room.
phone.
Yes.
She should have been on the phone.
She can't take part in the foolery.
I'm hungry. Well, go get you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like this.
She out there trapped with the horses and all sorts of shit. Girls, go to sleep.
What was she doing up that late?
Lock her in the room.
Y'all live in the middle of nowhere.
She was supposed to get some melatonin.
You know what?
You know they was putting cocaine and all this cough medicine back
No,
then.
they were.
Supposed to get some cocaine.
Yeah.
She needed something else.
They were some fast tail girls. That's what they were.
They were fast tail girls.
That's right.
They knew all about the sex.
Right. That's what
They knew about a lot of shit.
They did, and they were getting kind of hot over Steve.
Well, I think that if that girl, not Libby, the other one, if Kit's father had let her spend the night, they probably would have called some boys to come over.
Right.
Little fast tail chicks.
They were fast tail chicks in the 60s.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Hey, pregnancy happened back then with them little fast tail girls.
They was all having
Well,
babies.
pregnancy can happen
That's why
anytime.
they had 10 babies. They had plenty of time. They started early.
I love
It's
it.
all true.
I love it. Can I just say, I want to give a quick compliment because I know we've been sort of talking shit about the movie. I actually really liked how it started with the eyes opening, and
Yes.
I thought that was really creative. I don't know if anybody else thought it was creative.
Cinematically, for that time,
Yes,
sure.
cinematically, it was a
For
bit
that
creative.
time, sure. I'll
For
give
that time.
cinematic, absolutely.
William Castle always liked to do kind of unique type of stuff.
What else
he
did
was
he
very
direct? Was it another
gimmicky.
one of these kind of movies that I didn't like?
No, I don't think you saw Straight Jacket. I don't think you were here
No, I
with
didn't
us.
watch that. I
Yeah.
wasn't here for that.
That was the only one that we did on summer camp. But on another one, we saw a movie called The Tingler with Vincent Price. If you know about sort of like classic horror movies, he directed House on Haunted Hill,
I've heard
13
of that.
Ghosts.
Okay.
Yeah,
You be finding the most obscure movies.
I know, right? Well, let's be real though, Sade. You're not really a movie watcher.
Yeah, but
Okay. So we talked about the girls. We talked about Tess. Let's talk about the parents.
Lame.
said
Old.
lame.
Father was old.
Lame. They don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to reach my daughters. I've been trying to reach them for 30 minutes. Cal, I don't know what's going on.
But then she called up the operator, remember? 2 hours later.
Operator, can you reach this number? Sorry, ma'am, it's closed. No, these hoes, just go check on your
I
children.
hate the way you imitating their voices.
So good.
That's how they sound. That's how they
Right.
sound.
Ma'am, can you check the line? It's busy. Well, bitch, I know it's busy. I just tried.
Everybody was so shaky voice though. Like everybody was just, I don't know. The voice was so nervous. Everybody. Oh God. They were quivery.
They were.
That was back when parents cared. That was back when parents actually cared.
Did they
No, let's think about it.
Well,
Okay,
no,
this
she
is back
cared
when
enough
parents
to
cared
call and check. Yeah.
Right,
cared.
but
They
then
cared
like
to go back with the
20
horses.
years later, you had parents saying, "Oh, they're out with their friends. They're young. They're having fun." And
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much, fuck them. If she comes home, she comes home. If she
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
home
yeah.
pregnant, she comes home
Oh.
pregnant.
Oh, well, that
You-
took a
That's how
turn.
it was 20 years later.
That took a
Mhm.
turn.
Somebody go marry her. Go marry her.
hmm We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out. Okay, speaking of figuring it out.
Mhm.
So, why do you think these girls had the audacity,
Caucasity.
the caucasity,
No.
to go over to Steve's house?
Ooh.
Okay, first off, my
I-
first question, before we answer this question, and it might answer this question for me. First off, this hoe lives, as she described herself, like 2 hours outside of town, basically. So these girls drove 2 hours into town. They just did their little shamoogalooga again outside of that fool's house.
I don't
And
know
then they
one of
drove
them used
2
that
more
word, but I'm
hours.
gonna.
2 hours back to their home. How is it her father was not already there? He was supposed to pick her up at 11 o'clock.
11:30.
11:30 sharp. And according to her, to whatever her name was, I forgot their names. They all
Kit.
sounded the same. Yeah, that person. He was never
Parker.
late. So I'm just
Parker.
confused as to the amount of time. Like, these hoes.
Parker,
Well, remember, they're
Parker, this is why they
teens. They
didn't put too
exaggerate.
many black people in movies back then, because we would have figured it out and spoke up on that.
Oh, no,
on
we're going
that
to talk
little
about the
fact
black
right
people
there.
in the next movie.
We won't talk about them.
Yes,
we
we
will, because I'm going to have to mention them. But I don't want
Okay,
to.
good. So, okay. But I was like, why would you do that? And then when they saw him, clearly he was, to use a word that Sade loves, he was smarmy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
He was smarmy.
It's about killing people.
It's depraved. Like,
Amy was
depraved,
smarmy,
focus
too.
too much.
I mean, let's be real.
Amy wasn't smarmy. Amy was hard up.
Karen. Oh, she was hard
Yeah.
up, too. She was a
Yeah,
hard
He
woman.
was thirsty.
Yeah, very thirsty.
She was,
Very
yeah,
thirsty.
She was absolutely parched. Poor thing.
she was,
hmm
even
She was
though
like, "Ooh,
everything
this
was
other
probably
bitch is gone."
yeah.
No,
She was so
like, "Ooh,
thirsty,
this
she was
other
all
bitch is
dried
gone.
up down there.
Here's this new young girl. You better get out my Kool-Aid, bitch. This is mine. This is my Kool-Aid. Get back. The other one gone. We got rid of the other one. She gone. Just get the fuck out of here. That's my Kool-Aid now. My Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Gone. She was just like barking like a little yipping dog at the girl. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. I'm like, okay.
Well, when you get to a certain
You've had
age,
too
you get
much to drink.
dehydrated, things dry up. She needed some
But no, she
lubrication.
was. Mm-mm.
Stop it. Stop
Just
it.
saying.
Stop those words.
She should have sucked on one of them bobbles around her neck. No. No.
Now sucking on a bobble. That
That's
could be a
a bobble.
euphemism right there.
They brought the little sister. Why would they bring the little? I mean, I know you show us supposed to leave her out in the middle of nowhere by herself. Cause
What
she's
about the
gonna
dog?
probably die. But still, don't just. They brought the whole family. Like, how is it?
They don't know how to snoop.
I've got my learner's permit, bitch. Why don't
yeah.
you just take your learner's permit and go to sleep, child?
Yeah.
Just go to sleep.
Sade, they didn't know how to properly snoop, right?
They didn't know how to properly do anything other than use the phone book. They were really good at using the phone book.
They were.
And turn the roller, that thing. I forgot what it's called.
Rotary phone.
That's
Rotary
the
phone.
word. They know how to do that really well. That's about
Outside
all.
of that, they were trash.
Outside
Oh,
of that,
she
they
know how
were
to make a
trash.
peanut butter sandwich. The little girl know how to make a peanut butter sandwich pretty good because she made a
Yes.
couple of those. But otherwise, absolute garbage.
I can't. So, okay, so Kit's father shows up, and then they hear the news report.
Yeah.
With
That
this,
somebody died.
somebody had died in the forest, in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
They found a body.
Mm-hmm.
Her body.
Yeah.
Her body all over your body. But yeah, it was just too much. Like he didn't even try to not get caught. Like he was not sneaking. He was not
sneaking.
Well, because it was
He
the
was
60s. You know, it's not like they had CSI. You know what I'm saying?
He was all over the spectrum, that other spectrum. He was all
the
over
crazy
the
spectrum.
There is another spectrum. He was all over.
All right, Deidre, you need to teach us about this spectrum one day.
No, mental illness, man. Look,
Okay.
the fact that when the girlfriend for the guy, what's his name, Steve, the fact that his wife or girlfriend or whoever it was walked in the bedroom or the bathroom, and it was like a complete.
It was like a shambles.
Mess. Yeah.
We didn't even talk about how she died, because that was a reverse psycho. She got pulled into the shower.
Yeah, but it was the way that she was looking at it like, oh my God, look
She's
at
like,
this.
I'm done with
that
this
in
shit.
itself told me she does not know he is cray. She doesn't know he is
Well, no,
cray.
she knew he
This
was
is not
cray because
good.
she had the knife.
But he has multiple ranges on the spectrum. He wasn't just one cray. He was multiple
I love
cray.
how
He
she's
really
stuck
was.
she's stuck on the spectrum, y'all.
The other spectrum of mental illness.
The word of the night is spectrum. And listeners, if you take offense to it, please email and tweet Deidre at Deidre.
Yes. Deidre at protonmail.com.
Oh my God.
I'm right here. Yes. DEDIRE at protonmail.com. Hit me up. Go right ahead. Yes. I have read the DMV, IV-12, whatever it is, the whatever book. Yes, they call that a spectrum too. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's read it, listeners, okay?
Yes,
Right.
I have worked
She's
with
not on
psychiatry.
Reddit, but
I
she's
ain't playing.
read it.
I'm telling you. Anyway, he was all throughout that thing. So, no, I don't think she realized that, it's like, okay, he's got, multiple personalities. Sometimes he's this and he's that. But then when she went in the bathroom, her expression was like, oh my God, he's something else too.
But then
What
he
is
pulled her
this?
into the
Where are we
shower.
at? Right, and there was another one. She was
And he
like,
had a
oh my
knife
God,
in there.
I'm
Blam, blam, blam. Or did he use her knife? I was very confused. Maybe he had a knife in the shower.
It was like he had been in prison and he knew how to shank.
Well, sometimes you got to shank. Sometimes you don't.
Do you?
I don't know. Ray Sade?
He lives in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just want me to agree with you.
Okay, good.
Agree with you or be honest.
You're my accomplice. We
That's fine. Look at Poppy. I love you. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got capers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're right. We got shit.
Capers are delicious.
Yeah, you're right.
I like me some capers. Put that on a salad. Ooh.
I know, right? Or in the pasta. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
uh,
All right. So, Amy did do something good for Steve, though, before she got murked. She ended up getting the registration. So she's got the address for the girls.
So that he can go harass the children?
Yeah.
Because,
that was appropriate in the 60s to do that.
The good thing is very subjective, my dear, because that's not necessarily a good thing. The murderer found the children. It was great.
And so he ends up going to the house. And, it seems like...
Little idiot, because her sister was even calling her an idiot.
Because she is one. She's a big old, dumb old, little old idiot.
But Libby does end up convincing him that it was just a prank. Because it was, yes. But then...
Can I just throw a little damper on things right quick?
Okay, yes, let's do a damper.
Just a little damper. We got black children dying for carrying things like water guns that are orange and goddamn Skittles and shit. And these little bitches are calling people and causing murders. And at the end of the movie, they skipped off into the fucking sunset smiling because, ha, 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 shit happens. And I just have to say that. That's what made me hate this fucking movie. Because these bitches was wreaking havoc upon
They were
small-
wreaking
small
havoc
with
or
talent.
wreaking havoc.
They were. Is it wreaking? Not
Yes,
wreaking?
it's
No,
okay.
no,
Ricky.
you could say it. She said what
Oh,
she
she said it?
and I'm still going to agree with
Oh,
her.
okay,
She-
she'll
they
say
were
what she
They
said.
was
wrecking
fucking
shit up.
shit up.
They were
They were
fucking
wrecking
shit.
shit
And
up.
laughing
And
at the
laughing.
end of it.
They were ordering burgers.
That and like so I don't have a lot of energy for this shit because these bitches was doing a lot for nothing and got no penalty. I'm talking about they got a squad of cops in front of the house,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's just like, oh, well, the girls are going now, and nobody stopped them. They're just laughing, literally laughing. So yeah, fuck them, all them.
Sade, would you say the girls were doing the most?
No, they was doing the most and the least. They was doing for no reason.
No reason.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so he's convinced that it was just a prank, but then all of a sudden, they realize he matches the description of the killer.
Murderer.
And the man hears, and then he chokes the bitch out.
Let me just talk about how he just went through that window. Like, what is he Frankenstein?
Well, you know.
What is he Frankenstein? Does he not know how to break open a
It had
window
to be that.
properly? Like this fool just went maliciously on that window. Child, just break it open. It was actually already open. You didn't even have to break it.
That's what I
Like,
said. I was like, the window was open. Why'd you have to tear shit up?
What is it? He's uncalled for.
He went ham on that window.
Mhm.
Unnecessarily ham.
Unnecessarily ham. Yeah.
Throwing knives at
It was like that
little
fake
people.
bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon.
He
The
almost
faking,
hit
yeah.
that little girl with that knife. I was almost
He
so
almost
happy.
hit the little girl with the knife.
I was gonna be like, damn, I didn't expect that in this movie. Yo, stuff is piping up, but no, he missed her. So I was disappointed.
That would have been a good lesson for her, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because she would have never had any more lessons to learn.
Oh, yeah, that is
Mhm.
true.
So the movie does need to be remade for the current times. Yes.
No, we're not even going to talk about it because there is actually a remake.
It was a
Yeah.
Are you serious?
In the 1980s,
yeah.
Oh Lord!
starring the queen of the Saw movies, Shawnee. What's her name? Shawnee.
Shawnee Smith.
Shawnee Smith. Yes.
I don't know who that is. Okay, so was it good?
I did not watch it, but
Oh, it must have been bad. Okay.
yeah.
Poppy, don't make us watch that shit on this goddamn summer camp.
Oh no.
So we're gonna find
Don't
out
worry.
in October, is what you're saying. Jesus.
No. There are times when I will write stuff down. That is not what I'm writing down. Okay, so Libby gets choked out, and not in the good way, right, Sade?
Mhm.
Her bad luck.
Yeah.
Her bad luck.
Steve loves the choking.
He loves the killing. What are you
Well-
talking about? This is a 15-year-old.
No, but he loves to
Choking
choke
is his
first,
method,
and then
but
he
he loves to kill.
stabs. He chokes and
Yeah,
then
but
stabs.
those are the, like, this was not a pedophilia snuff film. He can't
No, this was not a
choke
snuff.
children.
No.
As fucked as this movie is, he can't choke the children.
But he does start to choke the child, but then he gets shot.
Mm-hmm. That's the repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because
His
Kit
death was
can't
deserved.
keep her mouth closed. But technically,
But
she
Kid thinks it's all a game.
She
But
doesn't
tech-
want to keep her mouth closed. She
Yeah.
wants to keep her mouth open.
Once it
anyway.
open. Mm-hmm.
Open.
Giggity.
Throated.
Giggity.
But no.
The road is.
she's a child.
I feel like that's a sex ass word. If you
There's an entire website called that, Sade. You can
Wrote
look
it?
it up
Really?
later. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. News to me, making notes.
Look it up
y'all
online.
are going on mute right quick. How about that?
How about that? Cash me
We
outside.
will be right back.
Go ahead and plug my shit in and turn my volume down.
Okay, there you go. All right. I can't even. So the movie ends with a happy ending. You know, the girls are alive.
That's not a happy ending.
Okay.
No.
Steve is dead? Okay. Amy's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Judith, Steve's wife, is dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
The parents
dead.
are nowhere to be found, so I assume.
Well,
they
you know,
did
they're
as well.
90 minutes away, or 90 miles away in Santa Barbara. I mean, what can you do?
Mhm. Dead. Okay. Continue. Who else is dead?
Yes.
But that ending,
Mhm.
that ending, no.
Tell me about it.
That ending, it just, I was sitting there looking at it like, these are just rich white people. They have no conscience because she's sitting there laughing with her little sister. Now her little sister's all of what, 5, 6, 7 years old or whatever, and she's laughing.
Yeah.
They are goddamn sociopaths.
Oh.
Yes, that was not a good thing. And if people laughed in the theater back then, something was wrong with all of them too. They should have been sitting there like, no, something is wrong here. That was real wrong, real
Are
wrong.
creating the premise of murder. And they skipping off into the sunset.
Right.
Wrote it also my style of a kind of website.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, don't you do that Benny Loves You laugh ever again. You know I
Oh, I love it. You have to do it every week.
No.
It's in his contract.
It is in my contract, Deidre. I have to do it. It's I know you don't like it, but I did sign a multi-million-dollar contract. It wasn't for any amount of money. But I did sign it, so I have to do it.
Okay.
Yes. All right, a fun little fact before we get into the awards that we're going to be giving this movie. So, because it leads to a movie that we did do on summer camp that Sade actually did not dislike.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So remember, Sade, we did Hagsploitation Night a couple months ago, and we watched a movie called Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte.
I remember that one.
Okay.
I don't remember liking it. I liked it.
You didn't dislike it. You disliked the other one with Tallulah Bankhead, but then you ended up liking it because you found out she was an
I
ambisextress.
found out about Tallulah. You're right. Okay,
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that night, but I don't remember anything else. Okay,
All right, it's okay. Daiquiris, it happened.
And
But,
I just finished this before we get to the next recording, so
Okay.
it's a long night.
All right, so Joan Crawford was approached to film this movie, I Saw What You Did, after she left Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte in 1964. Now, she left Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte because she said, she had an ailment that prevented her from working. The ailment, it's a seasonal ailment. It's called not wanting to work with your enemy, Betty Davis. It happens to all of us. I feel like it's usually in the winter. We all in the winter get that sort of feeling in our stomach, and we don't want to work with Betty Davis. That's what Joan Crawford had. And William Castle actually requested that Crawford's doctor sign a statement attesting that she was completely well before giving her the role. Yes.
Wow.
Because she was really sick,
Wow.
A Betty
If that
Davis.
wasn't a reverse psychology, I'm going to get your ass in the end kind of a move.
Yes. So she was very sick. All right, my people. So was there anything that I missed, a tiny little moment that either of you would like to mention before we hand out some superlatives?
That door slamming like it was like somebody was angry with their mother. Like this is the world that they were living in. Like this is when that door slammed, and then the black mom was like, "Bitch, did you just slam that door in my house?" That's how that door slammed. That's how that door slammed. If that were a black mother on the other side of that door, those children would have not been alive at the end of that movie. Like that door on that farm was slamming, okay, for no reason.
They would have left with them doors slamming by themselves. Like the one in the barn or farm or wherever it was some things that made me go
I wouldn't. They're in the middle of nowhere. That's first off, number one. Like who's trying to live in the middle of nowhere and just have a survival? Like who is trying to make their lives continue while they're living in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of white country? I don't understand what those children were thinking. I mean, they're white, so they would survive, but still, like they were put themselves into their own horror movie. Like that's the life that they chose for themselves, is the entrance of every single horror movie. Like what were they thinking? Did they want to die? Did they try to live? No. And yes. Like it's very confusing.
But yet they still lived.
Did they though? Did they live?
Did they?
Was their life really there? I don't believe they lived. I believe they actually died. I believe they died because that knife actually hit that little girl in the back of her head. And he really did choke out that little girl. I believe they actually died. The rest of it was all a dream. It was all a dream. Big
I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D.
That's absolutely where I was.
Yep.
All right, my people.
Mm-hmm.
Before we scream lights out, let's hand out some camp superlatives. The Scream Queen.
Little girl.
All right. The Diva.
Little girl.
Not Amy?
Little girl.
No,
Okay.
Amy was kind of a diva. Amy was a diva to a degree. Yeah.
The little girl,
Yeah.
she did not want to go to sleep.
The ingenue?
She wanted some food. She just kept
She needed a
eating.
hit in the head and an ass whooping.
The ingenue? The little
The
girl?
little girl.
Okay. Feminist icon? The little girl?
No.
Oh.
No, there were no feminist icons in this.
I was going to
Okay.
say, no, I don't think so.
No.
The biggest douche?
The little girl.
Oh my god.
She couldn't keep her mouth shut.
The See You Next Tuesday?
Her shit.
Joan Crawford, too.
Yeah, Amy.
The See You Next Tuesday?
Little girl.
Amy can get that one, too.
The Bye Felicia?
Little girl.
Oh my god. The Mickey
She gets
Rooney
one.
Award for Excellence in Child Acting.
Well,
Oh,
obviously, girl for that.
Yeah, little Tess.
Okay.
Kit does. Kids get that one.
Oh, Kit gets it.
Kit gets it.
Special Achievement in Caucasity.
The whole
The
movie.
entire
The whole
cast.
Every single person in that cast.
Special Achievement in Karening.
The entire cast. That's not a male. Like what?
With the exception of the woman that was leaving Steve. Was it
she
his
was
wife
good.
or his girlfriend?
That was his wife, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Judith.
Judith, yes. All right. The It's Unbelievable Award. Joan Crawford? Was that all her hair?
Stop it.
It wouldn't move.
Neither did her
All
body.
the Aquaphor back then. They had
Oh yeah, the
all
Aquanet, right?
Aquanet. Yeah.
Mhm.
She called it Aquaphor?
She
Yes,
called it
the
Aquaphor,
Aquanet.
Aquaphor, the shit that's like the Noxzema, that's the cream.
I love Sade so much in my heart. Like she
Yes,
just
yes.
Trying to keep the shit together. I'm sorry.
it's
y'all.
magic. I love it. I love
Do
it.
they
I love
still make Noxzema?
Yep.
They do. I just bought some.
it. Oh. Yeah.
Shut up.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Parents be old school. I got the shit. I got
The-
the buff.
The Prudence Award for Weirdest Sexual Moment, Amy and Steve.
Mm.
When did we get these awards? These are new awards.
Well, sometimes we got to pull them out from, the back of the cupboard.
Yeah, okay.
Which is the most awkward moment you said?
The Prudence Award for Weirdest Sexual Moments. Amy thinking she can get it with Steve.
Yes. The
Yeah, she said
entirety
yes.
of it, yes.
The Jada Pinkett Smith Award for Excellence in Entanglement.
Mm-mm.
Had a lot going on.
It's a whole lot going on. All right. Was there a read of the night? I feel like Amy when she was talking to the girl.
She she just scared her.
She just
She
scared
blasted
her.
her pretty much. And because the girl, look, think about it. The girl lives out in whatever, the boonies.
The Boonies.
And here she
Shout out
is
to
playing
Boonies.
pranks, and she then drove to the man's house with her friend. And the last thing some little suburban girl is used to
Mhm.
is somebody
A
blasting her.
grown woman blasting her ass.
Yeah, she wasn't ready for that. She wasn't
was
used to
not.
that. And
She
and if her
was
mother was
never.
there, her mother probably would have been in tears too. Like, oh my God,
Yes.
did you hear the way she spoke to us?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Deidre, I love it. I love it. I love it. The Kill of the Night. Amy?
Uh-oh. I'm about to say little girl.
Yeah, do the little girl. Amy?
Stop it.
Amy getting it in the gut.
Getting it in
Yes.
the gut.
Yes.
I mean,
Shanked.
hashtag gutted.
She got
The most non-politically correct moment.
That little girl getting that knife through.
The That's So Retro moment. What screamed 60s?
The rotary phone.
phone.
Operator. The
Yeah.
operator.
Operator.
Yes.
The woman that's up in the middle of the night taking these calls.
All right. And Sade, this one's for you.
Yeah.
The how many more minutes are left moment.
I think I was over the phone calls by the time the couple was in the living room, and he answered, and she was like,
He was like, oh yeah, Alice, I was going to meet you. That
yeah.
one?
He gave the phone to his wife, and I was like, where is this going?
Where is this going?
What are we doing here? So somewhere
You
in
know
that,
what?
it's not an award. It's not like it's something to be celebrated.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
definitely
Well, no,
like,
they could be. There are awards to not to be celebrated.
well, then there you go.
Yes.
I thought he was going to say, "Oh, so you want to hook up, huh? Hold on, my wife and I will need to hear it." It was that look on his face.
It was just lackluster from there. Like,
Yeah.
y'all missed an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. It's time to rate the film. Marshmallow scale. Y'all know what to do. Judge up, judge down, judge them all around. Let's start off with... you know what? Let's start off with Sade.
I'm going to give it 5 Yellow Pages shaped marshmallows. It was not the worst thing I've ever watched, but it was not something I want to watch again. But you know, it was fair to Midland. It was just right there, and it was a movie, and I did not like it. And you know, if we didn't have to have a conversation about it, it could play in the background, and I could sleep. Instead of true crime, I go to sleep to true crime, so it would be better true crime. You know, I got shit with me, but I could watch that instead of true crime to go to sleep. I would give it a 5. A movie was made. It had some names before the names were names. It was a movie. It wasn't the worst movie we've watched on summer camp. It was not even one of the halfway better movies we've watched on summer camp, but I could sleep to it and use it as background music when I go checking out Throated.
You know. All right, you know. All right. Deidre, what about you? How would you rate?
I give this movie, I Saw What You Did, from 1965, 6.799 marshmallows wrapped in quilted robes in a red wagon.
Oh, that's very specific.
Yeah. Yes, it's very specific. Sitting next to the little Yorkshire Terrier. And this movie was new for me. It made me think about some things, how back then in those days, this was considered exciting to do. This was like a fun night of lightweight partying for girls and probably guys too. This is like really cool to do. And I still don't understand why. But apparently, if you watch other movies from back in this time, you see it referenced here or there, done here or there. So it was interesting. It was the deaths were very the shanking, the killing, the stabbings were just
the shanking. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the choking, the chokeouts.
The choking, chokeout.
Yeah, those are. I mean, because you just didn't expect it. You're sitting there watching Joel Crawford. You're like,
You don't expect
he's
to get
not
choked
happy
out.
with it. No, because he's like, oh yes,
That's exactly what it sounded like. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
She was Deidre was a Foley artist back in the day, y'all.
I was. Yes, I was. So it's an interesting movie. Gives you things to keep in the back of your mind in case you have to kill someone in the future. Some people have to go quickly, and some people you can just work on the premeditation of it all. So.
Oh, nice. I'm so glad this could be like a tutorial for you.
Yes, make sure you take this part out of the podcast. Thank you. Okay, so that's
sure.
it, 6.799.
Okay. We got a 5. We got a 6.799. Yes. Parker, what about you?
I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it 5 marshmallows shaped like knives, throwing at big old heads. It was. I don't know why I watched it.
Poor Parker.
I don't know why I watched it.
Well, I do. It was assigned, but it's okay.
I mean, Lord Jesus.
We're going to set up a support group for everyone that watched this movie.
Oh,
please do. It wasn't the worst movie. Sade said it wasn't the worst movie we watched. By far was not the worst movie we watched. But damn, these. I just wish that there were things that could save my soul after I watched this movie. I can feel my I don't have much of a soul, but I can feel the rest of it just slowly sinking into the deep. You know how in Ghosts those little dark,
Oh
those
my
dark
God.
shadow creatures to grab you and pull you down. They got me holding. They holding me right now, and I'm running. I'm trying to get Patrick Swayze to help me out, but those things are pulling me down into the gutter after I watch this movie, and
Parker.
I don't know where it's only down from here. Like, I just got smashed by a glass window while I was crawling up a fire escape, and I just. I'm just Prospect Place Willie right now. I just can't do it. Mm-mm.
Parker.
All right. So that was a
That was
5?
deep. Wow.
That was a 5?
That was a 5.
Okay,
That was
I just wanted to make sure. Because we went down a very different path that I thought we were going down. But it was an interesting journey.
Yes, informative. It's
Very
been
informative.
an informative evening.
Educational.
Wow.
Yes, this movie is, allowing everyone's psyche to be exposed in a fascinating kind of way. Thank you, William Castle, and Joan Crawford.
Across the spectrum, yes.
And your hair, yes. A lot of spectrums. Okay, so 2 5s, a 6.799. Legionnaire, what about you? Where do you stand? How would you rate this film? How many marshmallows?
I'd give this one a solid 6 marshmallows. It was I like the opening with the eyes for its time. It was really kind of cool, and the music in the beginning and in the end kind of it felt so weird and out of place, but I liked it at the same time.
I can dig it, and I will agree with the 6. I'm going to give 6 marshmallows shaped like Joan Crawford's hair in the movie. Because it was spectacular. I think a 6 is an appropriate number. I will say this. At the end of the day, there were moments that were entertaining. There were moments that had me really... And there were moments where I was like, yeah. And that's pretty much it. There were moments. Moments is what I would say. And I'm actually glad that I watched it. Joan Crawford, she put her heart and soul into those 9 minutes. And it was entertaining. I still can't believe she was ready to choke the girl out. But, it was a lot.
Who wouldn't be?
I know, right?
Did you see that girl?
I know. She was
She
all up
choked
in
out.
the Kool-Aid without knowing the flavor.
Her makeup was wrong. Like, she did. Like, you could see. Like, I just wasn't there for her. Like,
Yes.
She needs to beat her face better. I just can't do it.
Well,
she does not know how to paint. She just can't paint.
it was
you
the
can see where
60s.
I don't care. I just need her to be better at what she's doing.
She need to get
Oh,
yassified.
wow.
She's just not good. She
need
needs to get Yessa dead.
yassified. Oh,
What?
well, there.
Yessa choked? Huh?
All right. On that note, it's time for everyone
Yes.
to report back to their cabins. Your bunk beds are waiting for you. Join us next time for a brand new installment of Summer Camp. Here's one of our campers on our PA system with a few announcements.
Thank you for the intro, and sorry for the microphone feedback. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PCR Summer Camp. Follow Poppy Chula Radio on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @Poppy Chula Radio. Do you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or concerns? Email us via contact@poppychularadio.com. Are you interested in joining the Poppy Chula Radio team as an on-air personality or blog contributor? Email talent@poppychularadio.com. Binge listen to your favorite Poppy Chula Radio programs by visiting poppychularadio.com/archives. You can also download tonight's broadcast and the rest of the series through iTunes. Just search for Poppy Chula Radio Summer Camp and subscribe. Back to you, camp counselors. Oh, not again. Sorry for the feedback.
Thank you. My fellow camp counselors, please wish our campers and the listeners a good night, starting off with our Puerto Rican princess, Deidre.
Another childish little empty-headed tramp. Good night, everyone.
Sade.
Bye. Bye, y'all. Don't watch it, but bye. I'm not going to.
Oh,
Bye. Have a good night. I missed you all.
that was lovely. Legionnaire?
Good night, campers. Be safe.
And Parker.
Stay respected, y'all. Just stay respected.
Stay respected.
Stay respected.
I want to know what Parker's either drinking, smoking, or eating.
No, I don't think he does any of that. Maybe he does the smoking. I'm not sure.
I don't do any of that.
Oh, no, he doesn't do any of that.
Better. What do you mean stay respected?
He's been in a ketamine or something. I don't know what. Something.
No, remember he's a master baker, so he does.
Oh,
I know he's a master baker. He's been in something.
everything.
Oh,
Nope. Clean as a whistle, y'all.
all right.
I'm clean as a whistle too, but your giggles just have me questioning certain things sometimes. You just.
I'm high on live.
And on that note, thanks for tuning in. Good night, lights out, and stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you did not ask us if anybody has seen this.
Oh, yeah,
trash
because we just
movie.
jumped on it, because we started talking about Crazy Joan Crawford.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm getting good at this.
No, you're getting good. No, yeah, we started talking about Joan Crawford and all of her mess. But let me ask. Okay, so let's talk about it.